Welcome back to our Harry Potter Alphabet episode part 2. We're continuing on from episode 15 by picking up where we left off halfway through the alphabet. Sophie kicks us off with N, and while we have a hard time near the end of the alphabet, we get there in the end. Keep listening to discover some of the fantastic magical aspects of the wizarding world from N through to Z. Or Z. Or Z. You decide.
Awesome. Okay, so what are you currently reading?
I have just finished Evermore by Sarah Holland, or Sarah, depending on how you say it. It's Sarah without an H, so I would say
Sarah too.
That is my automatic go-to. However, I know some Sarahs who are Sarah spelt Sarah. So, Sarah Holland, please confirm. Anyway, so I've just finished reading this, and it is the second in the Everless series, and I can't quite figure out if it's a duology or if it's a trilogy, because at the moment there's only the two books on Goodreads. However, this has only just recently come out. So, and the end of it does feel like it could be the end, but you never know these days. So, anyway, so it was alright. Like, I enjoyed it as a second book. It was a bit of a struggle getting into, though, because I read Everless, the first one, probably January last year, so like 2018. So it has been a while. And I think I read it in quite a short period of time. And I always find if I do that, I don't remember some of the details that maybe I should if I read it in a short space of time, you know. So it was a bit of a struggle getting into it. And I try to kind of find my review of Everless to try and remind myself. But yeah, it was an okay book. I think maybe 3.5, maybe. So like good, but like didn't love it. But I really liked the first one. So, you know, bit of a mixed bag. Yeah. But that's the only thing I'm reading at the moment. The next thing I want to read is King of Scars, which I still haven't read, but I'm hoping to get to like ASAP. So, yeah. Hi, kitty. Meow.
Shush! Okay, I might have to quickly go feed him and then I'll be back.
Okay.
Yes! I'm coming! Wait. Oh.
What are you currently reading?
What am I currently reading? I am currently reading The Binding. Again, I don't remember who it's by.
Yes, it is by Bridget Collins.
That sounds right. Yep. I'm about a third through, and I'm hoping to read most of it and finish it this weekend.
Cool.
Hopefully.
Are you enjoying it so far?
I was enjoying it, and I've just got to the part where he's been like taken by this
new binder
person. Yeah. So now I don't know, but
okay,
gonna continue, see how it goes, because it's a really interesting.
I found it such an interesting book. Yeah.
So I am also reading the audiobook of Mary Poppins.
Oh, yes.
Which I hadn't read before, and it's a bit weird, and I don't know if I like it, but it's really short, so I'm just going to finish it, because I only have like 20 minutes left, and I'm about halfway, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like not long at all.
That is so short, yeah.
But it's read by Olivia Colman, so it's actually pretty...
Is it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
Oscar winning.
all her voices are great, apart from the voice for Michael, which is a bit weird, and... But, you know, it's fine. And I am also reading...
Way! Steel Prince.
Shades of Magic. The Steel Prince, Shade of Magic series kind of thing. Graphic novel. And I don't know how far through. About halfway.
Cool.
Because, I was reading it while I was sick, so I didn't manage to get all the way through, but I should finish that soon and send it back to you.
Yes.
Very soon.
Cool. Are you enjoying it? Yeah.
Yes.
It's quite a fun story, eh? I forget with graphic novels how little kind of detail you get.
Yeah.
And that it has to be like every word counts in terms of how much you can fit on a page and you know, things like that.
Like, I'm halfway and I feel like I'm barely into the story at all.
Exactly. Like, I can definitely see this as a full-length novel.
Yeah.
However, it is fun just as, like, a graphic novel. And if it continues for, like, a while, like, I don't know how much story V. Schwab has got in her head.
Yeah, because it's not like
1 to 4, right? Issues 1 to 4, 1 to 6, 1 to 4. The bind up
doesn't
version.
say. Oh wait, 1.
1. Okay, so it's volume 1, but I think there's at least 4 issues in there.
In there, gosh. Oh yeah, because comics are really short, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But normally when we like read them, we bring them in the bind up rather than like the the flimsy one that comes in like plastic packaging or whatever.
That is all I'm reading.
Cool.
So
I was just gonna say, you're on a book buying ban this year. How's that going for you?
Is this because I bought a book last week?
Yeah, it is. But also because I want to talk about the 3 books that I've bought in the past week that you haven't been able to buy. But the reason that you went to the warehouse was because I was sending you pictures of all the sale books I was finding.
I'm actually really proud of myself for the fact that I've only bought 4 books this year.
That is very impressive.
And I've only spent $23, I think.
That's very impressive.
So most of them have been Kindle books, so they've been about like $5 or $6.
Yeah.
So it's going well.
That's great. So what did you buy the other week?
I bought Genuine Fraud,
yes.
which has been on my TBR for quite a while. I just haven't been able to get a copy of it.
That's the one with the cover. It's like blue, but it's got like blonde hair on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And is it the same author as...
Oh, is it E somebody?
Yes.
Yep, and E-L... No, not E-L. E... Another letter. And she wrote...
E. Lockhart.
Lockhart. It is E-L. Man, I'm good. Okay. She also wrote...
We Were Liars.
Yes, which is the one
And I really enjoyed We Were Liars, so
Yes.
I wanted to read this one too.
Yes, I read that on audiobook about 4 years ago, I think. So it's been a while, but... You look confused. Are you okay?
I am okay, because it's by E. Lockhart, but then there's this thing on the side of the Google saying, Genuine Fraud, book by Karen Hamilton.
What?
And it's the same book.
Google, you're wrong. How can Google be wrong?
I don't know.
Surely Google's the source of all knowledge and wisdom.
You'd think so. So, yes, my book buying ban is going okay.
Okay.
Not excellent, but okay.
I'm very impressed that it's only been 4 books, so well done.
Yeah.
I've bought 3 books in the last week, so you win.
What books did you buy?
Okay, well, I'm so glad you asked. I bought A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which is by Bridget Chimera. A last name unpronounceable. And it is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's quite a new book. I think it's recently come out. Oh my gosh, I opened it and there's a map. Okay. You guys know how much I love a good book map.
Is that not the map that you discovered and then sent me a picture of?
I don't think so. I think that was another book. Man, I am loving the fact that authors are like rocking these maps in the books I'm reading right now. Also, we were just talking about Everless and Evermore. Sarah Holland has written that she likes the book on the back. She's one of the people who has recommended it or whatever, the little blurby thing.
Yep.
Yeah, so that one I'm really looking forward to because the last Beauty and the Beast retelling that I read was just called Beast. I think I talked about that last season maybe, and it just wasn't...
Yeah, I remember that.
It wasn't that great, and I was quite disappointed in it. But I have heard good things from A Curse So Dark and Lonely, so I'm hoping that'll be good. So that was on sale, and then I discovered I had a $5 voucher as well, so booyah, that book was only $10. Thank you. And then I found these 2 books in a sale bin, which I'm excited about. The Truth and Lies of Ella Black, by Emily Barr. And she also is the one who wrote The One Memory of Flora Banks. So I don't know. So I haven't read that book, but here's what it looks like. No, I haven't read it either. Do you recognize the cover?
Yeah, I recognize it.
So, yeah, I mean, I've seen this book on Goodreads and on other people's Instagrams and things like that. So, yeah, we'll give that a go. It was only like, how much was it? Like $5 or something. So, hello. And the other book that I got out of the sale bin was Renegades by Marissa Mayer. I'm excited about this book because I've heard good things about it.
Yeah. That's why I went to the warehouse and they didn't have it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have bought another one for you.
Alright.
She also wrote Heartless, which is the other book that I've read by her, which I really enjoyed.
Has Marissa Mayer written other things.
Yeah, she has. She has written, just looking at my bookshelves. She's not the author who did Wicked Lovely, was she? Wicked Lovely? Wicked Lonely? Wicked Loosely? Wicked Lovingly? What's it called?
Oh, she wrote the Cinder Scarlet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but who
series.
wrote Wicked Lovely? I don't know.
That's the one I had in my head.
Okay.
What's it called, Wicked Lovely? Do you want me to Google it for you?
Yeah, just have a quick Google. Wicked Lovely? Is that a book? I don't know.
Melissa Marr.
There we go. Okay, sorry, Melissas of the world.
I knew Melissa Meyer had a series. I just couldn't think of what it was. I was like, she's not the Twilight woman.
No, that's Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too many similar sounding names. Melissa, Marissa, Stephanie.
It wasn't the Stephanie. I got confused with the guy.
Yeah. So have you read Cinder books?
No, I haven't. It's again on my list.
Yeah. So I've only read Cinder, and last year I started rereading Cinder on audiobook, and it currently is still sitting on my Goodreads currently reading list. However, I have not been currently reading it for about 4 months now because the library sucked it away. So that happened. But
you gotta keep an eye on those things.
Oh, I know.
You gotta listen.
I know, gotta listen.
Remember the last audiobook I had, it was due to go back, it had like 1 day and I had like 8 minutes left and I was like, I'm not gonna let this go without the 8 minutes.
That's
so I was like, Brad, I'm gonna sit down and watch it. You can watch whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. I've gotta listen to this.
I'm just gonna listen to this.
Yeah. 8 minutes.
I'm not losing the end of this book.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was the it was the final Crazy Rich Asians one, so it was like I would have had to wait forever to get that back.
Because everybody wants it at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, it took me months to get it in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that all?
Yes, that was all I wanted to talk about, sorry. Oh, no, wait, actually, while we're here and we're talking about books and buying new books and new books in general, recently on Instagram, Mackenzie Lee, who wrote The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue and The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy, which I haven't read yet, but I'm going to read that hopefully this month. She has a new book.
You said you were going to read it next.
Yeah, I know.
A minute ago.
I'm going to read it next with King of Scars. Anyway, Mackenzie Lee has a new book coming out, and when she announced that she was going to be announcing something, I was like, ooh, is it going to be like The Gentleman's Guide, but from Percy's perspective? Because there are 3 main characters, podcast listeners, and the first book is Monty, second book is Felicity, which I haven't read yet, and so I was like, well, the third book must be Percy, but by the sounds of it, when she announced her announcement, it's something completely different, and it's not coming out until January, so I can't quite remember what she said it was going to be, but I think it sounds like kind of another book set back in the day. Back in some century that's not the current one. Yeah.
I feel like they don't really feel like they're set back then.
No.
There's like minor things like the first time you mentioned powder in his face and putting a wig on, I was like, oh my god, it's set in that time.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah.
And then they mention it a few times after that, but it's like, it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yes, we'll see. We'll see what that book's like, so I'm quite excited about that. But I have to read Lady's Guide first. But I have until January. But also it's not related, so it doesn't matter. Anyway.
Yep.
That's me done. It's my reading.
Done?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Let's get on to second part of Harry Potter.
Harry Potter!
If you haven't listened to our previous A to Z episode of our Potter alphabet, so A to M, you should do that now. Like, pause.
Yep.
Go listen to that back. And then come back, because we will be doing N to Z.
Yes.
Yes.
Or Z, depending on where you're from.
Or N to Z, whichever. So we're going through the alphabet and picking out our favourite things that start with the alphabet letter. That could be characters, places, beasts, things, spells, whatever. And we have a lot of shout-outs.
So many shout-outs. Oh, just you wait till I get to Q, Sophie. Just you wait.
Q?
Yeah, but we'll start with N, because that's where we're up to. So you want to take us away with N?
Sure. I have the one, the only, Niffler.
Okay. The first thing I thought it was Narcissa Malfoy, and I don't know why I went there. I didn't even get to Neville.
That was who I was going to go with, and I was like, no,
I'm
not going to go with Neville. I'm going to go to the Niffler.
Good.
So, because he's my favourite Fantastic Beast. He's my favourite beast in general.
So cute, and like, I don't know. He's kind of like a mixture between a guinea pig and a mole.
Yes.
This was kind of like the vibe that I get from the Niffler.
Yeah, like the babies look like little guinea pigs, but then like the adult ones kind of look like moley.
Yeah, but kind of like
things.
still like fluffy, but kind of the pointy face thing.
Yeah.
Like slightly pointy.
I remember when I read the books, because the Nifflers don't feature in the movies, but they're a feature in the books.
In Harry Potter?
Yeah.
I don't even...
In one of the first classes they have with Hagrid, he gets them each Niffler and they find the gold. And then Lee... What's his name?
Jordan.
Lee Gordon.
Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah, I was going to say Gordon doesn't sound right.
Jordan?
Lee Jordan magics Nifflers into Umbridge's office.
Yes.
And that's why...
Coming back to me.
Yeah.
So...
When I read it, I didn't imagine them like that. I kind of imagined them like flobber worms, but with like gnashery teeth. Oh my god! You know the Series of Unfortunate Events movie and the leeches.
Yeah,
I kind of imagine them like that with like all the giant teeth,
but with like fur or not with fur, like naked ones.
No, for some reason I just like didn't see the fur thing.
Funny.
So I just imagine there were like these like wormy things.
Yeah. I don't even remember. Well, obviously I don't even remember the Nifflers really being in there because of the conversation we've just had. But I don't remember being like having some sort of image in my head.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know. Yeah. So I just imagine worms. Yeah. So yeah. But then they came out in the movies and they were like these little cute fluffy things. And it was like, oh cute. My god, I want one.
And every single person who saw the movie wanted one. So cute.
And like, I don't even care if it picks up gold. Like, I could have a dud that just doesn't like gold. And I would be happy.
Or one that found things like books.
Oh my god, if they found like your keys or something like your phone when you lost it or something.
Oh yeah. Although, hopefully it wouldn't find other people's keys and phones and bring them to you. Because then you just have this massive pile and you'd have to whatever the anti-Accio spell is to get them back to where they belong.
Yeah.
Is there an anti-Accio spell? Like a dispelling spell? There must be,
I feel like
right?
there might be.
Like I don't want to deal with this right now. I'm going to zap this back to my room.
Because, like, when Harry was practicing the Accio spell before the Triwizard Tournament thing, did Hermione magic the pillow back, or did she pick it up and take it? I don't
know. I don't remember.
Okay, I can't remember.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, I also have Nargles and Neville Longbottom.
Of course, we love Neville and his jumper, or sweater, or sweatshirt, or jersey, or literally whatever you call a sweater in your country. Anyway, okay, so there weren't that many for O that I could think of, and I semi-cheated. I didn't cheat because we're supposed to do the first name of the person if we're doing a person rather than the last name, so we didn't do double ups. But for O, I've done Ollivander's Makers of Fine Wands, so it's not under... What's his first name? G. Is it G?
No. It is. It's Garrick.
Garrick, that's right. Okay, so I didn't want to put it under G because...
You had a lot of G's.
I had a lot of G's back in that episode, and I didn't have a lot of O's. So instead of doing Ollivander and cheating, I just changed it to the entire shop. So it's Ollivander's Maker of Fine Wands. But I've always loved the idea of going to Ollivander's and having a wand pick me. You know, like it's like something special about that. I think that's so cool how it's not up to you, it's up to them being all the wands.
I always wonder how long it would take, like, because Harry only had to go through like 3 wands.
That's
Imagine
true.
if they just kept picking the wrong ones for you and you just had to go through like hundreds.
All of them. And if Ollivander hadn't been like picked up the same core as Voldy's wand one and been like, I wonder, and like brought that to him, they could have been there for the whole time doing all the wands in the shop.
Yeah, like Ollivander could have looked at him like, nah, he'll never go for that one. And go through all the other ones, and then it'll come back to...
all the other ones. They would have been there for hours. Hagrid would have come back and been like, yo, where you at? We gotta go. Hustle. Let's do this. 3 in is all you need.
Yeah.
My wand, according to Pottermore, is laurel wood, unicorn hair, 10 3/4 inches, and slightly springy flexibility. But it's not actually. That's just an algorithm that they gave me on Pottermore. So I wonder what it would actually be.
Yeah, I do wonder what it would actually be. If you would get the same one, or I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't want a gigantic wand because it would just be annoying.
Maybe I reckon the ultimate wand length is 2 pens high. Grab 2 pens, everybody. Put them end to end. And that's kind of how, because then you've got enough to hold with a whole pen width and enough pen to make it look like a wand.
Yeah, enough swish motion.
Enough so you can get a good swish and flick, when you're making something fly. Yep. And, a bit aggressive if you need to Expelliarmus somebody, but not real short and stubby that you're holding a pen, but not really long that if you put it in your back pocket, you're going to sit on it and break it,
Yeah. Although you mustn't put it in your back pocket. Don't you remember about that guy who blew his buttocks off?
Yeah, he's losing his bum. Or your front pocket, or your coat pocket. Do they have, speaking of which, do their robes have wand pockets that are long and skinny on the inside?
I think so.
They must do, right? Instead of kind of one big normal size pocket that's really tall.
Yeah, I feel like
really long.
A wizard robe should be made to have a slot for
a handy dandy wand slot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, so my shout outs were to the Obliviate spell. That has nothing to do with Gilderoy, I promise. And 1,000 magical herbs and fungi, which is one of the textbooks for herbology.
Is it spelt 100 and...
Sorry, it's 1,000.
Is it spelt 1,000 or is it the num...
It is spelt 1,000 as in the word one.
Okay.
At least this is what the internet has told me. Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you have it.
Otherwise, if we're not counting that one, then just the Obliviate spell. Obliviate and Ollivanders are my O's.
Okay.
Yeah.
P. Privet Drive.
Oh, nice.
And I was writing it and I was like, how did I not think it was Private Drive for the entire time?
Yeah. It's one of those things where you read it wrong the first time, or you read it first and you're like, yep, that's what it is, and then you're a goner for the whole time.
Yeah. But I feel like I got it right the first time, but then again, I don't remember.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't remember reading it for the first time, which is sad.
It is sad.
But it's a nice place, Privet Drive, though.
It is.
I wouldn't mind owning a house there.
No, it's quite good. Is it a semi-detached, is it? Or is it a fully detached?
I think it's semi-detached.
And it's weird because I've been there, but I don't remember.
Same. It's definitely attached in some way.
Okay,
I don't know if it's semi or if it's fully, yeah.
Well, they've got a garage, don't they? Do they have a garage?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's semi-detached.
I'm going to Google it.
You just have a Google of the picture of Privet Drive.
Is it literally just taking me to an actual Privet Drive? Why aren't you loading it?
Google Maps, Street View. Drop the little man onto the street, have a look.
It is semi-detached.
Okay.
It is attached by the garage.
Okay, yeah.
And it has a gate on the other side. Yeah.
Man, so many things happen at that house.
I know.
So many things. Namely, Aunt Marge blowing up.
Yep.
And Dobby dropping cakes on people's heads.
A lot happens. I so wish they put that scene in the movie where the Weasleys come and pick up Harry.
They do, don't they?
Through the flu powder.
Through the flu powder. Yeah, okay. Not through the window, because that happens in the movie.
Oh, yeah, no. That definitely happens. Yeah,
yeah.
no. No, I mean in the 4th or 5th book or whenever it is, that happens. And they get stuck in the wall.
Yeah.
So I also have the Patil sisters.
Nice.
Which is a lot of P's.
Padma and Parvati, yep.
And the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, that doesn't start with P. It does.
It does.
It definitely starts with P.
Unless you want to call it the Sorcerer's Stone, then you can have it in the next one.
Sorcerer's Stone, yeah.
No, that's not how the alphabet works in the next couple.
Yeah, I was like, it doesn't go PF.
Not how the alphabet works. So Q, what are your gigantic amount of Qs?
I have a lot to say about Q, mostly because my Q word is Quidditch.
Yes.
And Quidditch is a hilarious and incredibly dangerous sport if you actually think about it, which you shouldn't do that too often. And it always confused me with Quidditch how there are like 7 team members, right? 7? Yeah, so 1 keeper who stops the quaffles, 2 beaters who literally carry batons around, hitting flying balls at the other team, 3 chasers who are like netball players in the air on brooms, and a seeker who like literally sits on their broom and does nothing until they see the snitch. Was that 7?
Yeah, 7.
And also, okay, why do they have no subs?
I guess because they don't want a long game.
I guess so. But, like, it's very violent sport.
They have subs in the Quidditch World Cup.
Yes. But for,
like professional games, I think they do have subs. Yeah. But in the school games, they don't, because I assume they just don't want it to go for so long.
That's true.
They don't want it to go for weeks.
But, like, it's a very high-contact sport. And I feel like if you get knocked out by a bludger and that's it, and you hit the ground, surely that would be like, okay, you're out. Sub. Next person.
I can see why they don't have subs, but I don't see why they don't have subs if they're out for, like, the rest of the season, like Harry was.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, actually they do, because Ginny took it over, didn't she?
Yeah, but she wasn't part of the team then, was she?
No.
Like, they had to find somebody else rather than having, like, a backup.
He got kicked off the team, so she put him on, yeah.
Like, I feel like they need at least one backup who can do all the parts really well.
So Ginny.
So basically every team needs a Ginny as a sub who can just, pop in and out whenever need be. Yeah. But for more great rants about Quidditch, everybody needs to check out Potterless, because Mike Schubert, has some great things to say about Quidditch, and it's hilarious.
He really does not like Quidditch.
He just doesn't like Quidditch, and it's wonderful and hilarious to listen to.
Did you see his April Fool's tweets?
I did see his April Fool's tweets about him loving Quidditch, and he's like, just kidding. Everybody knows I hate Quidditch. And we're like, yeah, we know.
Have you ever played human Quidditch?
I have not,
Quidditch?
But we did like this huge Hogwarts banquet thing with a whole bunch of youth last year, and we made like all these classrooms around the building and set them up so they had activities in every room. So I was in charge of herbology and I was Professor Sprout, and it was awesome. But one of the things was flying class, and so they were running around with the brooms between their legs and trying to throw balls everywhere. But I wasn't part of it because I was in charge of herbology, so I wasn't. So I've seen the kids play it, but oh my goodness. But no, I have not played it.
Have you seen the movie, what's it called? The Internship?
I don't think so.
Who's it with? Owen Wilson and...
Okay, no, I haven't seen it.
Okay, you should.
Do they play Quidditch on that?
It's great, but they also do play Quidditch. Like proper Quidditch with like the guy who plays the snitch kind of thing.
Okay.
Like that whole thing. Yeah, I totally recommend it.
Gosh.
It's one of my favourite movies. It's excellent, and
I'll watch it.
Kind of want to watch it now, but we'll continue with our alphabet.
Okay, cool, yeah. I do like how, even though it's like super dangerous and there's no subs and everything that Mike Schubert says about Quidditch is probably true, but I do love it how the whole school kind of gets into it. Like probably because it's literally the only sport on offer at Hogwarts, other than like if you join the chess club, but that's not competitive.
Or the Gobstones club.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like the whole school comes, and somehow the Quidditch arena, what do you call it? Like the the grandstands or something. Somehow they managed to fit the entire school minus 14 players and Madam Hooch.
Yeah, but remember, there's only like 5.
Yeah,
people.
But then they also fit like all the professors and all the faculty and all the staff and any guests that are visiting. But everybody gets behind it. Like, even Snape, like, who doesn't seem that into sport, like, he's not going to be like, gun-ho, Quidditch, go Slytherin. Like, he might be, but, he's not. He still goes.
So there's about 300 people in that place.
Yeah, so that was the size of my high school.
Yeah, that's crazy. But there is a gigantic stadium, though.
It is, yeah. But I think my point is that, like, everybody goes.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're visiting the school for the day, you're probably going to go to the Quidditch match, you know?
Yeah.
Also, the Quidditch match is where things happen, like Dementors come and suck people's souls away, type thing. Or, like, you lose all the bones in your arm because some stupid Gilderoy can't actually spell things.
Yep, he can't do things.
He can't do things, but he's wonderful because Kenneth Branagh. But we're not going to go into that again, because go back to the past episode, listen to me rave about Gilderoy, or literally any other Harry Potter episode we've done. So my shout-outs include quality Quidditch supplies in Diagon Alley. Quidditch Through the Ages by Kenilworthy Wisp, and Quirinus Quirrell, which are literally the only cues, and most of them have to do with Quidditch.
Yep. Okay. The Room of Requirement.
Woohoo! What a great choice.
Totally.
It's double R's as well.
Double R's. If you could ask for any room, what would you ask for?
A library.
But there's already a library downstairs.
Yeah, but my library. Like, get out of my library. You know, like, this is my cozy place, and you can't be in here. Also, like, all my books would be in, and it would be lovely.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you remember the first Harry Potter episode we had? I'm pretty sure we had this discussion about having a room requirement library that, like, reorganized itself and...
Yes. Yeah. If we felt like we needed it to be color coordinated one day, we would open the door and it would be a beautiful rainbow of colored books. Whereas another day it would be organized alphabetically by surname.
Yep.
Or by genre. Or by main character's name. Wouldn't that be annoying? Anyway.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep, it would.
Yep. If you want to hear more about that, go to episode 3, 4.
3?
3? I feel like it's 3.
I think it's 3.
Yeah, episode
the Golden
3.
Trio, 3. Try episode 3, and if it's not that one, dig around a little, you'll find it.
It's called Potter Podcast. That's all I know.
If you think really hard about episode 3 and you go to the list, you're bound to find it, especially if it's like the Room of Requirement, so it's fine. Good luck.
It's either 3 or 4. I also had the Remembrall.
Oh, yes, poor Neville.
Yeah. I always found that... I know this is meant to be shout-outs, but I felt like the Remembrall was kind of stupid because, like, it doesn't tell you what you've forgotten.
No, as poor Neville discovers.
Yeah.
The only thing is, can't remember what I've forgotten.
Yeah. It's like, it doesn't tell him he's forgotten his robe.
No.
You can go for your S for your Sorcerer's Stone if you want.
No, I didn't even, it wasn't even on my list. However, there are approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shout-outs on my list.
Oh my god!
Yeah, well, there's a lot of S's, okay? And I narrowed that down. I narrowed that down. Okay, so for my S, I decided to go with Seamus Finnegan.
Of course.
I love Seamus. But it was really difficult because there were so many to pick that I love. Mm-hmm. But I went with Seamus because even though he has like that rough patch in like the middle, where he's like not talking to Harry and it's all like awkward teenage drama,
we can forgive him for that.
Yeah, like his character was so much fun, especially in the early days, you know, and the fact that he can't do like anything without causing an explosion is just it's just wonderful.
I love that continues through the whole thing. I was watching Half-Blood Prince the other day, and his potion blew up, and it's like, can you not get anything right? Have you learned nothing?
Where have you been?
I don't understand how he can make everything blow up.
Like, everything. I don't understand. And I'm kind of concerned.
I feel like his wand's not right for him.
Yeah. I'm kind of concerned about what he's doing now. He didn't die, did he? No.
I don't know.
He didn't die. I'm pretty sure he didn't die. I probably would have cried if he died.
No, he didn't die.
If he died, he would have died in an explosion of his own making, let's be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, I wonder what he's doing. Maybe he's on, like, he shouldn't be on the bomb squad, that's for sure. And maybe he shouldn't be anywhere near the ministry, because that would go terribly wrong.
No, it says he's currently unknown what he did after the second Wizarding World.
Okay. Well, maybe he found himself a nice wife, and they're living quietly somewhere in some farm where there's lots of space, but not a lot of dry grass that he can cause a fire and wipe out everybody.
I'm sure there's a calling for a job where someone can blow things up.
A quarry maker.
Yeah. He would be great in quarry.
Excuse me, I need this hill to be a quarry. And Seamus is like, I gotcha. Just give me a potion that I can fail, and we'll be like home and home.
He doesn't even need a potion. He could just have a feather.
He'd just have a feather and a wand, and you'd be done. Quarry, here you go. I also love it how he thinks the Grim in Harry's teacup looks like a donkey. I love that. That's great, Seamus. Mm-hmm, well done. Mm-hmm. So my shout-outs were to Sirius Black, Scabbers, The Shrieking Shack, Snatches, Sectum Sempra, Snakes, Slytherin, Sherbet Lemons, and, as always, Severus Snape.
I have a question about Sectum Sempra.
Yeah.
Because Snape apparently made up that spell. How do you just make up a spell?
Well, I don't know. It's like Clary in the Shadowhunters. She just makes up runes.
Yeah.
So is that like a thing? I don't know.
I don't know, because it sounds like in Harry Potter there are just some set spells that were created in like the beginning of magic.
Yeah, but how were they created?
I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know how Snape just decided to do Sectum Sempra. Like, how does one do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
How does one do that? And how does magic know to do what you want it to do?
I don't know. I feel like we should probably not go into that too much.
We should probably, just quickly move on to tea. What have you got for tea?
The time turner.
Cool. Double whammy as well.
Yep. I just like it. It's just cool, and I love how they trusted Hermione to use it for an entire freaking year.
I know. And at like 13.
Yeah. Like, imagine what you could do if you had a time turner and could just, like, relive the day. We could record this podcast at a normal time instead of having to do it in the evening.
At a normal time. Yeah. Like on our lunch breaks.
Not even on our lunch breaks. We could go back and do it in the morning.
Anytime.
Just casually.
That's true. See, but the danger is, I was thinking, you could just like, at like 10 o'clock at night, just switch the time back to like 8 again and read for another 2 hours until 10 o'clock. But then you'd still be very tired.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Hermione spends a lot of time tired.
Yeah.
Also, you do have to watch out that you don't find yourself. That's the other thing.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what I would... If I did it, I'd do it like... I'd go to work and then I'd kind of rewind it back. So, like, my new me stays at home while the old me goes to work. Or something like that.
Yeah. You realise you don't split, right?
I know.
You still have to you have to live the whole day at work to then go back to the morning. So you might as well just come home, go to bed, and start the day again.
Yeah, but if I had a busy week, I had to be at work all week, and I had to do some other things, and I wouldn't do it every day. I wouldn't be doing it like Hermione and doing like every school day, like
every
redoing
class,
things.
Yeah.
That would just be crazy. I would not be able to control things. I'd forget. I'd be like, I'm walking down the street now. Oh no, what do I do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is why Hermione gets the permission to use it and not us.
Yeah.
This is the reason.
That is why they're almost all destroyed apart from the one that Hermione's using.
Except for that one that happens to be in the world at the right time.
That they could totally, go back in time and kill Voldemort before he made Horcruxes.
Yeah. We won't go into that detail.
Let's not mention that. Also, Thestrals.
Nice, yep.
And the Triwizard Tournament.
Good.
And I feel like something else, but that's not on my list, so let's continue to you.
Okay. You was literally so hard. It was so hard.
But unicorns.
Yeah, okay. But that's my shout out. But you're like, but unicorns. It's obvious. Like, come on.
So that's
no, but
you.
I feel like that was the first thing I thought of, and I was like, but that's like obvious. So I wanted to do something like slightly not obvious. So I went with umbrella wand.
I thought you were going to say Umbridge. I was like, can't use that as D, and I didn't shout her out either.
Nope, can't use her. I love it because, like, so you're being banned from using magic, but you still want to put pigtails on mean boys. You just contact Hagrid and you put your wand in an umbrella.
Yeah.
And it's all good. And it's all fine. But it confuses me how it's not really mentioned that much throughout the series.
It's not mentioned in the movies at all. He just uses it.
He just uses it and you kind of don't get...
You don't...
He just says, I'm not really supposed to use magic.
You're like, why have you got a magical umbrella?
Yeah, Harry doesn't really question it.
I wonder how many people knew that he had it. Obviously Dumbledore knew.
Yeah, well, exactly. See, like, Dumbledore totally knew, but I love it how Dumbledore was like, yes, fine. Like, it's breaking so many laws, and the Ministry should really know about this, but you know what? You just go for it, Hagrid. You do you, buddy.
He's not harming anybody.
No, she's a gentle half-giant. It's fine.
I mean, the Ministry would have a field day if they found out a half-giant had a wand that wasn't meant to have. But...
They would. But Dumbledore's, like, no, if you big hairy beast want to rock a pink umbrella, you just do that. It'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen. Poor Dudley. So my shout-outs were to Unfogging the Future by Cassandra Weblatsky, which is one of the textbooks. And
is that the Cassandra that Trelawney's related to?
Possibly. Well, it's from her class.
Possibly.
So,
possibly.
But I have no knowledge on such things.
Okay.
V.
I had V, X, and Z, and I was like, this is going to be horrible.
Yeah, that was really unfair.
They were like the first things I got.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, duh, Voldemort.
Oh, of course. Although technically
he's Tom Riddle, but he doesn't have a first name unless you want to count Lord.
Lord. And did you have L? Or did you had L anyway,
yeah.
So you're safe either way.
Either way, I was like, we got to talk about the Voldy.
Yeah. Voldy, or as, have you seen that, it's a thing online and it's like a picture of a tortoise, and it's like, you're like, how does this even relate?
Where are you going with this?
But it's a picture of a tortoise, and it's like it's like on a Tumblr thing or something, and they're taking their tortoise to the vet.
Yes!
And they tell the vet its name is like something boring because they didn't want to tell it that its name was Voldy Tort.
I've seen that!
I love it so much.
Didn't they say his name was like Susan or something?
Yeah, this is Susan because they were too embarrassed that its name was Voldy Tort. I just love it so much. I love like puns like that for animals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, now I really want a turtle or a tortoise and just called it Voldy Tort.
I think my favourite thing about Voldemort is the fact that he had to be called, his Tom Riddle name had to be called Tom Elvis Riddle or something Elvis Riddle in the French version so it could spell out Je suis Lord Voldemort.
That's funny. I hadn't even thought about that.
His middle name is Elvis.
Yeah,
this is just great.
That's hilarious. Poor Dumbledore.
Oh, yep, that's my favourite thing. And he was just evil, and I don't really like him, but
nope.
I like the character of Voldemort because of a Harry Potter musical.
Don't we all? And if you haven't seen a Harry Potter musical, people, go and watch it. You can find it on YouTube. It's hysterical. It's so good. My favourite character in that is Draco, like 100% hands down. Draco is amazing. Yes.
I feel like the reason I love Harry Potter so much is because of that musical.
I really need to watch it again, eh? Like
I do, because I feel like I was a fan, but I wasn't like a hardcore fan, and then I watched that, and
you realised the error of your ways.
Something happened.
Oh yeah. Also, it's Darren Criss, and he's epic. So
yeah, it just sparked my love.
It's so funny.
Yeah. So I also had Veritaserum.
Oh,
that was the only other V I could think of.
W. So there are actually a lot of W's as well. So I even if the Weasleys are just one set thing, there's still quite a lot of W's. But I went with Wingardium Leviosa because it's such a.
You mean you didn't even go with Weasleys after all that?
I didn't even go with it. I didn't because we all know how lovely the Weasleys are.
We've talked about them before.
They're so wonderful. And I love their house and how it's crazy. And I really want one of those clocks that just moves and tells me where everybody is because that would be so handy.
So Wingardium Leviosa you went with?
So sorry, yes, Wingardium Leviosa. I'm like getting distracted. Possibly my favourite spell, or one of them. And not just because Seamus blows up the feather, although probably definitely has something to do with it. But like, to me, making anything fly or levitate would be handy.
I feel like it's just like sums up the whole first book.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Like them learn.
Yeah.
That's like the.
It's the whole book.
That's the first spell they
need
use.
the spell to continue with the story.
Yeah, Wingardium Leviosa.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Oh, it's just so wonderful. Wow. See, we wouldn't even have that line if they didn't learn it. Yeah,
it's great.
So my shout-outs were to the whole Weasley family, obviously, just the Weasleys in general. Weasley's Wizard Wheezers, Fred and George's shop. Winky, the house elf, who's not in the movies at all.
I know.
Poor Winky.
I know.
Poor Winky. And the whole, like, spew thing isn't in the movies anyway, either. But that's a conversation for another day. Werewolves and the Whomping Willow.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of things happen at the Whomping Willow too. Mostly just in the third book.
Yeah.
Oh, and the second when they get the car in the tree, but that's
okay.
X, what on earth did you pick for X?
Xenophilius Lovegood.
Oh, yeah, literally the only X.
Literally the only X I could think of. And
unless somebody has X-ray vision, but I don't think that's a thing.
No, because they have, like, spectrospecs, don't they? Yeah. Is that how you pronounce his name? Because I remember...
Xenophilius?
Yeah. Because I remember in, I want to say year 13, I didn't know that's how you pronounced it. I didn't know how you pronounced it at all. So I used to call him Xenophilus.
Xenophilus? That sounds like either some sort of disease or an exotic flower.
And my friend, when he found out, he used to tease me about it. He used to just come up to me and goes, syphilis. All the time. And then I found out it was actually called xenophilius. Yeah. But he's one crazy dude.
Man, he is a nutter.
Yep.
An absolute nutter. But also, he produced Luna. And so...
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I like him, but he also produced Luna. So,
yeah. And she's lovely. Lovely Luna Lovegood.
Yep. I have no shout-outs, because I couldn't think of anything else.
Because what the heck starts with X? Literally nothing. Well, one person.
Probably something.
Okay, so much like X, Y was really difficult as well. And so...
Oh, yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so the only person I could think of was Yaxley, and his name was actually Corbin Yaxley, so technically it should go...
Corbin?
Yeah, his name's Corbin.
I swear it's not.
Corbin Yaxley. That's what the Google told me.
No, it probably is. It's just I don't remember that, and that sounds like such a, like, normal name for this, like...
I know, well, this is why I was confused. Yeah, anyway, so technically Corbin Yaxley should be under C, but we didn't use him because his name's Corbin, and he's a wizard, and it shouldn't be Corbin, you know? So it's a good thing because I needed it for Y, so Yaxley. So Yaxley is one of the Death Eaters, and he's one of the ones, I'm pretty sure he's in, like, the circle of, like, close Voldy friends when Voldy comes back, and he's like, you guys didn't search for me, or whatever, and he, like, sucks their masks on their faces.
It's the one they shove into the Ministry.
Yeah, so he becomes the head of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement at the Ministry.
Yeah.
And eventually goes to the Battle of Hogwarts. But I don't think we know what happens to him after that.
Shall I Google
Yeah, I don't think he dies, so I think he runs away. So he's just probably hanging
Corbin.
It is Corbin? Okay, good.
It says his fate is uncertain after the defeat.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he was my only one for Y, although I do, having said that, have a shout out for Y, and that is Yum Food in the Great Hall. Yeah, that's all I got. That's literally all I got.
Great shout out.
The end of the alphabet's really difficult.
Okay, for Z, I did have Blaze Zabini, I want to say.
Yeah.
But I actually found out something that started with Z, so I went with that.
What?
Zonko's Joke Shop.
Oh, yeah. I also just thought of another thing, but we'll talk about the joke shop first. That is awesome. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
place.
I forget all the, like, shops that aren't, like, the main shops exist.
Is that in Diagon Alley or is that in, like, Hogsmeade?
No, it's Hogsmeade.
Okay, because I was just wondering. I was like, I wonder how they did after the Weasley brothers set up shop.
Yeah, I felt like that because Zonko's were always where the Weasley brothers, like, were. Like, when they went to Hogsmeade, they were always, let's go to Zonko's!
Yeah, that's true.
And get all the treats, like, the next time and stuff, and then...
Or, like, steal all their ideas for their upcoming, entrepreneurial endeavours.
I wonder if Zonko's, like, made their own things, or, like, they imported things that people have created.
Like, where would they import them from?
And whether the Weasleys did the same, or if...
Yeah, did they have, like, a factory?
I don't know. Did they come up with everything that was in the shop, or did they, like, have some of Zonko's stuff in there, or...
So many unanswered questions.
I would like to visit Zonko's after Honeydukes, because Honeydukes is my favourite.
Yes, and Flourish and Blots.
Well, we're in Hogsmeade at the moment, but sure, let's go.
Yes, but, flu powder and, like, apparating and stuff, because we're older than 18, so we can do that. We're allowed to do that. The other Z thing that I thought of just while you were saying was, I'm not going to say it right, a zoomagologist.
Oh, yeah.
Zoomagologist.
Yeah.
Yep. Whatever Newt is.
What Newt is. Yeah.
Because he's a Z thing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
That would be a cool job.
Wouldn't it, though? It would be so cool.
Yeah.
So my dad studied, like, zoology as his undergraduate major, which, of course, he's not doing anything with now. But, like, I imagine, like, a zoologimaja, whatever Newt is, would be, like, really similar to a zoologist in the real world.
Yeah.
But magical. It would be just so much fun, eh?
I feel like I would like to be that if, like, I had chosen a job.
Your wizarding job.
Or a professor. I would like to be a professor, too.
You could be a care of magical creatures professor. And that would be like a little bit of zoom as well.
I could, but I don't like the outside, so I feel like I'd be a bad... Maybe I could deal with all, like, the small animals inside.
Yeah, like the nifflers.
Yeah, I love having, like, a cage of nifflers. That's all I do.
A cage of nifflers. Do you want some Cornish pixies? I can help you out with that one.
I don't know.
I'll just ring Gilderoy and we'll hook you up with some Cornish pixies.
Yeah, I'll take care of all the Jerrys.
All the Jerrys, yeah. A joke to the last Harry Potter episode, team. Go back and listen to that if you haven't learned about our Jerrys. Oh, gosh. What an episode.
And that's the end of the alphabet.
Hey, the alphabet, we made it. 26 letters.
Do you agree with the characters we chose? If not, let us know your favourites over Twitter. Tweet us at Ransom Reviews or DM us on Instagram at Ransom Reviews Pod. Until next time, team.